YOLO, 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 YOLO. It's back to 99. Don't attempt to adjust your screen. I'm recording from the void. The void is essentially wherever they put the Superman characters when they're in trouble. That's where I'm recording from. The Phantom Zone, I think it's called. So I wanted to chime in real quick and give you sort of a not even a hot take, but this is something that people are leaving out of all of their reviews of Welcome to Derry. Um, I didn't even want to double dip. I'm not monetized, but I'm gonna give you some free games. So what I think is probably the most uh, underrated aspect of the finale of Welcome to Derry is that when it wakes up inside of the construct that Dick Halloran, like these are crazy words, construct, Dick Halloran, that Dick Halloran makes, he doesn't talk like he talks with the same cadence when he's being Pennywise. His now I will say this too. I think what's his name should have came up with a Skarsgård. He should have came up with a different voice. Like the voice he used was like basic. It was a little too basic. But I saw what he was doing. I perceived it with my own shining that I have. Um, when he talks as Pennywise, he's doing a clown cadence. He's but the real version of him, whatever that is the intonation he uses in that scene. And so when he's talking like I'm not Bob Gray, there is none of the affectations that he uses when he's pretending to be a clown or in the character of the clown pretending to be whatever the fuck he's pretending to be. So I think that conversation should be mined a little more, like I'm not giving you, oh god, I'm burping. Oh god. I'm not giving you the full hot heat here, but what I'm saying is let some of those bigger channels fucking talk about that, and not in a dig against them. I'm just saying I think it's interesting that no one's talking about that because, and like I said, I think it's kind of understated, but I feel like Skarsgård, master of 1,000 faces and 1,000 voices, he should have made Pennywise's actual headcanon voice a little more distinct because it's easy to miss, but he doesn't talk like Pennywise. He doesn't talk like any other thing that he's shown us. That's his real voice. That was like a sneak peek at like who he really is. And so he's like, I am not Bob Gray. Whatever he's saying. But it should have been different. It should have been a little more pronounced. But I did appreciate that because it's showing you that the whole every time he talks to people as Pennywise, that's not how he thinks, right? And maybe we should have known that, right? Like, I mean, obviously, some people could say, I knew that, whatever. But the character has never spoken before now with his true voice. Every time he speaks, it's a character. But this little scene was supposed to show you how he really thinks of himself. How, not even conceited, but, uh, you know, his level of intelligence, because when he talks as Pennywise, he's never using, you know, grandiose speech or Shakespearean level of intellect, but he can talk to you like that. He likes talking to you like Pennywise, but he could also talk to you on a super evil genius level, right? He could hit you with some shit you've never heard, but he likes to make the speech. He uses the common tongue, but he could dissect you and break you down in a super intelligent way. which kind of makes it interesting that he says the dark meat is twice as sweet or whatever, which is a line in the last episode, because he's saying, he's letting you know that he's aware of the colloquialism of racism. He knows the vernacular. He could say the N word. He maybe he should. I mean, that's wild. But the idea is, I'm saying, like, the real entity. He doesn't. He's not PC. He would have called those LGBTQ friendly people in the movie. He would have called them the F words. But the movie wants to have his cake and eat it too. Like, he's a vile person. He'll kill children, but he's not racist. And he's the being wouldn't be racist, but he would lean into those tropes. But we're not filming that. Half the show's not really saying the N word, and I don't know if that's. I guess, to me, I think it's not good, because I don't know, that you're just getting some free off the cuff stuff here. But the past happened, and so people want to make period pieces and skip over it. There's a certain erasure of what really happened, or the politics here. So, I mean, and that's a bigger discussion in this little quick video from the void. But YOLO, YOLO, YOLO. Oh my God, I messed up my outro. It's not even my main outro. But how did YOLO, YOLO, YOLO tongue twist me there? The world will never know. Becton out.